Welcome back, YouTube. And if you're like me, you like a good tease, but sometimes these companies and these industries, they like to take forever with it. And I'm looking at you, Addice Inc, because they've been teasing this neon mouse pad for a while now from Esports Tiger on Twitter. And I was able to finally get my hands on it. And I definitely want to give you guys my impressions on what I think might be your next mouse pad. Let's take a look. All right, and before we get really in depth, there are three sizes available at addiceinc.com. We have a medium, large, and XL. The medium's going to run you 415 by 355 millimeters. Then we have the large that's going to run you 480 by 400 millimeters, and the XL, more than likely going to be the most popular one. That's going to be the 900 by 400, and all three variants are going to be 4 millimeters thick. And we're going to go ahead and get in depth with the XL now. And with all Esports Tiger releases, they always seem to be an eye catcher, right? And this spares no expense on that. It's beautiful with the pink and purple gradients all the way down to this weird crystallized, distorted power icon, what it looks like. And the line work on the screen print is very sharp. There is no weird ink splatter of any sort as it's being manufactured. The actual edges are very nicely stitched. With them being stitched, that's going to be a comfort level thing. That's very subjective. Some people don't mind it, others do. When I'm playing, I usually wear like a game sleeve, and I don't notice any sort of stitch edging when I do wear that. So that might be something you might want to look into. And outside of that, though, the actual surface area is butter smooth. We're talking the X and Y on the actual surface. There is no weird friction that I've noticed. It's just going to be your standard static friction from it being a cloth pad itself. So let's go ahead and take a look at some macro shots of some other mouse pads that are comparable to this, as well as a sound test too. And this is going to be an audio comparison. Take note of the vertical and horizontal acoustics with the different pads. Alright, so I'm sorry if you all get dizzy watching this short clip. This is using a macro lens, and it's showing the actual threading. This is a GSR SE, standard GSR, SteelSeries QCK. And then we go right into the Tiger, and you'll see that it's going to have the smallest threading, and that's really where that baby smooth surface is going to come from. To really wrap things up, if you're looking for a mouse pad that's going to be a little bit slower, but also not sacrifice too much in speed, this is a great pad. It is going to be slower than Esports Tiger's own Ling Yang and Long Teng, which I'm sure I mispronounced again. But those are, your hybrid surfaces. So of course those are naturally going to be faster than a 100% cloth. Outside of their own brand, the GSR SE and Odin Gaming Zero Gravity, I would say, is still a little bit faster than this. But this is definitely faster than your standard GSR. That is an older mouse pad now, and there's so many options that are out that are better now than the GSR, although it is still a classic. The very, very oddly popular SteelSeries QCK, that thing, I feel like whenever I use it, it just feels like mud. That is much slower than this. And then of course the Logitech G840. That's Logitech's like standard cloth pad. Nothing really special about that, but that is definitely going to be one that is slower than this guy right here. The only complaint I honestly have with this Esports Tiger is maybe in your next iteration, make it bigger. The 900 is perfect, but the 400, I just feel that depending on if you're slouching or you're sitting up, and depending if you're someone that is going to make large movements with your mouse, you're going to have to compensate on that because you're going to end up hitting the edge. So that's really my own complaint with that. And folks, don't get me wrong. I feel like that 50 millimeter difference between the Odin and the Esports Tiger. I'm nitpicking. I'm trying to find something wrong with this mouse pad. I loved the Odin weeks ago when you saw me post that previous review video, and I love this too. Obviously, more than one mouse pad, that's great, can coexist in this world. It's about finding what's right for you, and I do think this Neon Gaming mouse pad is definitely worth your time. I'll leave a link at the bottom of the description. Let me know if you picked it up, what mouse pad you're rocking in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. You guys have a good one and stay safe out there.